Yeah, I mean, I think that it's so great. Part of my job that I love is working with the students, obviously, because it's such a pivotal point in your lives where, you're coming from college or from high school where maybe your parents played more of a significant role in terms of making those decisions. And so I think it's really important to kind of help train you how to discern what are the best choices to make. How do you create those priorities? How do you factor in all of these different aspects that will influence your decision? And so, as far as registration, it's things like, are you planning on studying abroad? Are you planning on doing a major or a minor in addition to nursing? All of these extra pieces to kind of help you identify what's your goal, because we want to do everything possible to ensure that you're going to achieve that, but then also just helping you learn how to prioritize, because obviously you want to do everything, but the reality is you're going to have to make choices. And sometimes for some students, even though they may want to get a double major and study abroad for a year and be an athlete, sometimes you just have to prioritize which one of these are going to be the highest priority, and so make the decisions based on that. That's a good question. I think that the biggest thing right now is establishing your goals and really thinking big picture. One thing I really like about UP is that, you don't have to be locked into just being a nursing major. You can do all of these extra things, but this is the time for you to really decide, what do you want to do and what are your priorities and what are your interests, and that's going to help you in the long run. I mean, every step along the way, these are the choices you're going to be facing. Come junior year when you're going out into clinical, that's when you're going to start realizing, what field of nursing do I want to go into? What is my big long-term goal? And so all of these little things, freshman year, that may not seem like that big of a thing right now, they really are going to influence your decisions down the line.
I think that the decisions that freshmen really need to make are twofold, and if you start breaking them up or categorizing them between kind of academic and then more social ones, I think these are two major realms that are in competition at times for freshmen. And I think that's one of the things, is just categorizing which area you're making the decision on. They're in competition because of the priorities that we place, and I think a lot of times people, when they're coming into their freshman year, don't prioritize their academics always, which developmentally is very normal, it's very expected, but they really prioritize that social, and they really kind of bump up against each other. So I think one of the things that's important for freshmen to make the decision is how they are going to balance those things, what that lifestyle is going to look like for them. And in particular, I think a lot of times when they're in academics or any kind of higher education, we talk about it in terms of what is going to happen after. So it's like, what is your life going to be like for your work or for your graduate school? And I think it's important to focus on what life is as a student, because that is what you are doing. Many people, when they start focusing on the thing that comes at the end of that decision, the outcome, then they make different decisions. And I think that that's, what would it be, nearsighted. And we need to have them kind of look a little bit more across the board how that lifestyle will work for them, and be successful.